Unbelievable! That is a dream goal!
They found it! They finally found the goal they were looking for!
What a finish that is! Do not scratch your eyes! This is really happening!
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Gaming Frame broadcast, coming to you live from Central Ice of Sousa Sports Complex, here for the game between New York Renegades and New York Empire. We are, with the slight delay before our game starts, in just a few minutes. As you can see, another game is taking place on the field, but we will be bringing you the broadcast in just a few minutes as soon as this game ends, so don't go anywhere. We'll bring you the game between New York Renegades and New York Empire next on Gaming Frame.
From soccer fields across the USA to the legendary stadiums of Spain and Portugal, for 40 years, Petrobax has been the go-to expert for group travel to Spain and Portugal. We organize soccer group trips from start to finish, flights, hotels, transportation, and guided tours, all perfectly coordinated by our experienced team. Your trip can include attending La Liga and Portuguese Primeira Liga games, matches against local teams, pro training sessions, and even tournaments. As true experts in Spain and Portugal, we'll ensure you also experience the rich history, vibrant culture, and incredible food these countries are famous for. Celebrate 40 years of crafting unforgettable journeys to Spain and Portugal. Petrobax, your team, your passion, your trip to Spain and Portugal starts here.
My name is Austin Brummett. I'm a men's soccer player at San Diego State University and I play forward. The Salt Air Case helps block odor from my cleats when I'm driving in my car or when I'm keeping my cleats inside my house, so I don't have to worry about it stinking up my room. It helps me keep track of my cleats and my shin guards so I know that they're together and I don't have to worry about tracking them down or losing them or stressing out about where they are. I would definitely rock this, walking to the game, around to my trainings. And it's super helpful for travel. When I travel in the airport to go to away games, it's not going to stink up my backpack or stink up the plane where I'm sitting. Magnetic strip on the top is super easy to open to take my cleats out and to put my cleats back in. I think it's an essential part of my outfit for soccer and helps keep all my stuff organized and stink-free.
A quality highlight reel is crucial for college and pro recruitment. A lot of services offer generic solutions, but at Game & Frame we know every player is unique and needs a personalized approach to win over coaches. Our process is simple. We work with any footage, and if you need help finding your best plays, we'll review games for you. Once we've finished, you'll have a reel you can upload to any recruitment platform. We've helped hundreds of players get the attention they deserve, including placements in Division I programs. Scan the QR code or email us for a free consultation and start the journey to maximize your recruitment potential.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Game and Frame broadcast coming to you live from the Sousa Sports Complex in Central Islip. My name is Brandon Zarghetto with you for a sensational semifinal match between opponents who are all too familiar with one another. First place and undefeated New York Renegades host fourth place New York Empire for a ticket to the UPSL Northeast North final. Our home side here got here with the first round bye thanks to finishing first in the table, while Empire had to go through a grueling 120 minutes plus penalties to get past fifth place Braveheart. Sloan Chetty and Alan Martinez got on the score sheet for the black and yellow last week, while newly signed goalkeeper Gianluca Justinchik came up with the only penalty save that guided Coach Farrow's team to victory. The history between these two have been one-sided. Though Empire has scrapped through a few draws, they desire to finally break through with a win, and they need a big one today to keep their playoff seasons alive. For Renegades, it's business as usual. Coach Boris Anarz's team won their first national championship in club history last season, and they've so far picked up where they left off. 2 more wins and they're right back into the national playoffs looking to repeat. We need to get through today. First though, you're going to want to stay from beginning to end because we have 90 plus minutes of high intensity football headed your way next on Game and Frame. Okay, now all that is left is the referee's whistle to get things going here from Central Islip Sousa Sports Complex. And there's the whistle we were waiting for. It is game on Game and Frame. New York Renegades host New York Empire in the semifinal of the Northeast North American semifinal. As you saw there, Renegades were presented with the national championship that they won last season, looking to make it back-to-back. But first, they'll have to get past a difficult 4 seed in New York Empire, a team that has a lot of history here in the UPSL, along with Renegades. I spoke with Coach Max Sparrow last week after they defeated Bravehearts on penalties to get to this point, and he made it clear that the intention was to finally get a big time win that they've been looking for against this same team for seasons on end. They've had a few draws, but a couple of losses and in playoffs as well. The black and yellow look to avenge those defeats today against a very difficult and undefeated New York Renegades. Renegades in black, Empire in yellow. We'll start with the home side for the starting lineup. They have Eric Edwards in net and a back four of Christian Garcia, Samuel Cáceres, Jason Solano, and Francisco Flores. Above them will be the all-reliable center defensive midfielder Milton Campos, and further up top in midfield, Oscar Rivas and Matheus Cariel. Up top, Renegades get their left winger, Sebastian Ruiz, back. He was out their last game of the regular season, and they had a bye week, so he's had plenty of time to recover as he has the ball now. The number 7, sprinting down the left side, now goes back with support from Christian Garcia. To complete the front 3, it'll be Junior Rosero and Dylan Woods up top. For Empire, Gianluca Justinschick starts in net once again after the heroics last week, saving the only penalty in the penalty shootout against Braveheart. The first shot of the game for Braveheart in penalties was saved by the goalkeeper that was just picked up before that game because the other goalies on the roster were unable to play in that match. Here comes the black and yellow pushing forward. Pierre will resume play from the throw-in. The back four consists of Stalin Acosta, Trevor Henderson, Matthew Sloan, who had a goal in last week's matchup. Here comes the move by Tim DeMay, almost finding Chetty for the first opportunity of the game. It results in the first corner of the game for the away side. As I was saying, Sloan scored the first goal of the game against Braveheart for Empire, and it was off a corner kick. Let's see if he can duplicate the same feat from the first set piece of today's game. Alan Martinez in charge of the cross. Here comes the cross. Defense to it first, still alive inside the box, trying to play out of their own zone as Renegades. Monroy making it difficult. I believe that's actually Salguero. This is Monroy over to Sloan. Still in an advanced position, lifting it up for Chetty. Acrobatic deflection from Solano, but still it is Empire ball. Flag stays down for Banfo, dribbling down the right side. Has 2 black jerseys on him. And they get another throw-in. Taken right away with Sebastian Monroy. Risky play there from the midfielder. Gianluca able to clear that ball away. And the rest of the back four is Justin Pierre. So you have Acosta, Henderson, Sloan, and Pierre on defense. Mario Salguero, the 8 for this squad. Sebastian Monroy and Alan Martinez complete the midfield. The front 3 for Empire will be Tim DeMay, Mason Chetty, who scored a banger last week, and Joseph Banfo. And here comes Chetty, making himself present on offense. Empire putting the pressure early on the Victors. Farrell's team, Coach Farrell that is, high intensity pressure to start this game. They know they have to play pretty much perfect to overcome this obstacle and this thorn on their side that has been one of their nemesis in the playoffs and in the table for Empire. Here is Campos lifting it forward for Garcia, briefly intercepted by Pierre. Banfo finishes the job and Empire recover. Monroy not able to handle that, but still Empire possession with Martinez looking for the long ball for Joseph Banfo, a wide open winger down the right side, one-on-one with Christian Garcia, looks to take him on, put on the cross, gets a deflection, and outside it goes to Salguero. 2 black jerseys on him, he goes further out wide to Monroy. They switch the field over to Acosta, putting a cross in the box. Edwards safely retracts that for the home side. Cariel pushing forward right away. Rosero on the ball, looking to advance it further up the pitch. That is deflected by Empire. And Renegades press early on in this match. For the first 5 minutes, still no score between the champions of last season and the visitors, the challengers, the 4 seed New York Empire. Campos lifting it forward for Rosero, who's able to get to that. Now we'll have to wait for support. Here it comes. Help coming his way. I believe that is Woods, who is not able to maintain his balance. The cross was a bit too strong. And Gianluca will restart the possession for Empire. Mario Salguero over to Alan Martinez, who scored the 3rd goal for Empire from the penalty spot to force penalties and extra time, I actually believe. No, that was an extra time, yes. That forced penalty kicks. An eventful game between Braveheart and Empire last week. And here comes Sebastian Ruiz on the left side, one-on-one with Justin Pierre, cuts inside, takes a shot. Pierre's able to get a foot on that one. The rebound lands to Rosero, who shoots, and he finds the bottom corner for the first goal of the match. Rosero makes it 1-0 for the home team. Cool as you like it for the forward. First chance of the game, first goal of the game, and Renegades take a 1-0 lead. And it is exactly what Coach Farrell's team was hoping against. The ref blew his whistle. Not everybody was on the other side, but we resume anyway. And exactly what Empire were looking to avoid. Ruiz, constant threat down the left side, finds Rosero, who a veteran center forward, can't give him too much space, and he makes Empire pay for it. Now they'll have to play from a deficit for about 35 minutes in this first half. Justin Chick lifting it up for Martinez. Almost found the ball for Banfo, but read well by Garcia. And it is a big crowd here from Susa as the national champions Renegades were crowned with their trophy today. Again, finished first in the table with no defeats. Almost finished with the first perfect record in division history if it wasn't for Braveheart's tie against them on the last game of the season. Nine wins and a draw though, not too shabby for Coach Linares' squad, picking up where they left off. Solano, difficult ball, not able to keep it in play. Over to Chetty it goes, flicking it over to Banfo. And Banfo lifted foot, gets a foul against on Oscar Rivas. It was almost a perfect start for the black and yellow for the first 7 minutes or so. Maintaining a lot of pressure on the champions. But Coach Linares' squad, very experienced. Most of these players play on this team each and every season. At least for most of the seasons I've been covering the team. Almost 2 years now on Game and Frame. Cadiel. 12 minutes into the first half, 1-0 lead for New York Renegades, courtesy of Junior Rosero's goal in the 9th minute of the game. First chance and first goal for the home team. The winner of today's match will play the winner of the other semifinal matchup in the conference. That is, of course, Red Hook FC. And Chetty putting pressure, trying to keep that possession alive for Empire. Red Hook FC and Osners FC, who completed the rest of the top three in the table. Red Hook finishing second, Osners finishing third. Osners got the final bye in the table, and Empire had to defeat Braveheart last week to get to this semifinal matchup. Osners and Red Hook will play their first game in 2 weeks. Impressive season for them both, finishing above the likes of Empire and Braveheart. Captain Caceres dribbling up the field, and now he finds Francisco Flores down the wing looking for a shot that's on target by Woods, but blocked right away by the defense, will result in the first corner of the match for Renegades. Ruiz will be the man in charge of this corner kick. Support coming his way from Dylan Woods. Instead, though, he chooses to go inside the box. Above everybody, Lance Rosero looking for a brace. Above the crossbar it goes. And again, you can't leave that forward with too much space, as he's already made Empire pay for it earlier in the game. Gianluca Justin Chick had himself an eventful match last week against Braveheart. His side were on top twice, 1-0 and then 2-1. And then they had to go into extra time. And again, he was picked up right before that match, as the other goalies on the roster were unable to play. Probably the reason why Coach Farrow chooses to go with Justin Chick once again. Empire executed all 5 of their penalty kicks, 6 if you count Alan Martinez's extra time penalty kick that forced penalties to decide the winner of that match. Here comes Alan Martinez now. Over to the left it goes to Tim DeMay. Making the run is Martinez into the box. Forced outside, and Renegades recovers. Rosero making himself available. Monroy winning it right back for the visitors. And here comes the tall winger, Tim DeMay. Back to Monroy. Actually, that is Salguero. Monroy and Salguero would be very hard for me to tell apart from this angle. Similar jersey numbers 8 and 6 as well. But 2 of the building blocks in midfield that balance this team out, along with Martinez, who's had himself an impressive season for the black and yellow. Here comes Carrillo, no look pass over to Rosero. Rosero gives him the back pass over to Garcia. It was not able to get to that one. This Renegade squad plays with an impressive confidence. Whenever they're on the pitch, they won it all just last season alone. So they're used to greatness and they want to get right back to it. Flores back to Cáceres it goes. Edwards to Solano. Solano trying to get past Chetty, but here comes the pressure from Empire. Right away over to Joseph Banfo it goes, but won by Ruiz. Long ball looking for Rosero, intercepted by Trevor Henderson. Renegades counter-attack opportunity here down the middle. Milton Campos over to Cariel, holding off possession. Ruiz looking to switch the field over, and it finds his man. Here comes Renegades down the right side of the box. Rivas with an open shot, and way above the crossbar. But another good opportunity for the 1 seed to double their lead. And today's Game and Frame broadcast is sponsored by Umbro. You can head to umbroteam.com to start designing your team kit for free now. Produced by Umbro, designed and worn by you. Chetty. It'll remain Empire ball. Chetty putting the pressure on the opponent to try to force it back into their possession. And here comes Chetty. won't be able to get to that one. Eric Edwards will have a goal kick to work with. While it's not determined if Renegades will finish national champions once again, they definitely had a better regular season than last season. Again, the undefeated record. Last season, I believe it was third place that they finished in the table. Unprecedented for the champions. This season, they finished with a plus 36 goal differential and allowed just 8 goals all season. You can compare that to Empire's plus 15 goal differential. Long ball was looking for Flores. Won't be able to get to that one. Empire finished with 35 goals on the season, and that was just Renegades differential. So they had a plus 36 goal differential, allowing 8 goals. To do the math, that adds to 44 goals on the season. Banfo looking to drop it down for Chetty. Hero lands for Martinez, keeping it alive over to Joseph Banfo. That wasn't a great clearance by Campos. Forced into action is Eric Edwards, who's able to get that into the nick of time. A looming Demey was approaching. And here comes Sebastian Monroy, bringing the efforts forward for Empire, looking to get a goal back and tie this game. We are about halfway done through the first half, 1-0 lead for New York Renegades. Here comes an opportunity for Empire, safely into the hands of Eric Edwards, and he goes right away with Matthew Scariel, who's looking for his options. Here comes Ruiz. And Cariel surrounded by yellow jerseys, won back by Pierre. And Rivas, well-timed challenge to bring it right back to Renegades. At halftime, you will see our May Save of the Month. Be sure to tune in for that and make your vote count on our Instagram page at Game and Frame. We'll tell you more about that as the game progresses. Here comes Campos looking for Ruiz. That ball too strong for the winger. Very fast, but not fast enough to get to that one. Looks like it was deflected by Empire, so the ball will remain with the leading side today, as Milton changes the field over. Cáceres not able to handle that one, but Empire not making the most out of the possession. Give it right back to Renegades. Coach Farrell's side prides himself in his defensive efforts. We're unable to keep the clean sheet for the first 8 minutes of this game. That was the time that Rosero opened up the scoring. And this is a very high-powered offense to try to silence. Here comes Cariel, taken down. Here comes a whistle from the referee that stops the play. Monroy called back. Cariel among the shortest players on the pitch, but has tons of magic behind those feet and an engine that doesn't quit. Solano one time trying to catch Gianluca sleeping, but it was off target. And Justin Chick has a goal kick to work with. He takes it right away to Sloan. Martinez fouled just out the edge of the line here near midfield. Empire will get a free kick. Sloan with the free kick, trying to put it into the box. There's a diving header by Solano, I believe it was, and it'll result in another corner for the black and yellow. Henderson looks like he's staying back for the time being. Matthew Sloan making his way up the pitch. Goes to show the emphasis on defense that Coach Farrell's side is making in today's game. Here comes Martinez's cross. Defense 2 at first. And here comes Sebastian Ruiz looking for counterattack options here. Solano's right next to him. Looks to take it on himself though. Ruiz cutting inside, looking to switch it over. I believe that is Rosero that gets it on the edge of the box. Cross into the box. Ruiz and Solano tries to put it into the net, but is off target. A couple of options there from the cross for Rosero. At the end, shot was off target by the defender who makes his way back. Ruiz was eyeing the spectacular bicycle kick opportunity there. Wasn't able to get to the opportunity. Monroy's second time around. And now here comes Stalin Acosta making his way up the pitch. DeMay trying to keep it alive, but it's deflected off the forward for a goal kick the other way. It is a big crowd here at Sousa supporting both sides that call this pitch, this field, this complex their home. Empire, the 4 seed, as the lower seed are the away side. We're playing here on field 4. Cariel looking for Ruiz. He finds Ruiz. Garcia making the overlapping run. Ruiz now looking to take on Banfo at a defensive position for the winger. Flores eyeing his options. Over to Rosero. Cariel. Now Garcia looking to take on a defender. Cross into the box. No one's there to put it into the net. Will result in a goal kick. Couple possessions now that it looks like Rosero's playing the wing position and Woods is playing as center forward. We'll see if that continues. But Woods now looking to move into right wing. Ooh, risky ball there. Salguero able to get away with it. Now intercepted briefly by Campos. Sloan pressed by 2 black jerseys headed his way. Now Monroy. Chetty appeared to be in an offside position. which is why he didn't run for that ball. 30 minutes into the first half, we have just the one goal separating these two sides in the semifinals of the UPSL Northeast American North Conference. Playoff action here on Game and Frame. Kosa battling for that possession, coming out on top so far. Ref blew his whistle. Think that could have been a play on there. But Empire play the free kick now. Sloan's long ball looking for Alan Martinez, who slips but is able to regain his balance and finds Banfo, fouled by Milton Campos. Martinez with a decent position in the field to curl in a good cross. Again, Henderson, Acosta staying back. Three men basically defending Rosero here for a counterattack opportunity. Here comes a cross. Defense two at first. It lands for Salguero, playing it back to Acosta. And that ball finds no one. It'll result in a goal kick for Eric Edwards. We have some other games headed your way on Game and Frame, starting tomorrow with Philadelphia Lone Star facing New Jersey Alliance at 5 p.m. in the South Conference semifinals. Medford Strikers face Persepolis United FC in the Delaware River relegation playoff as Cariel is making his way forward here, making his way into the box now, goes down. No foul by the referee. It'll result in a goal kick. On the 24th, American SC New York faces New York Cosmos in the 7 p.m. friendly. Also that day, Brooklyn City FC, I should say, faces Sousa FC, 7:30 in the League for Clubs, Northeast Conference. All those games you can find on Game and Frame, now on YouTube. About 12 minutes of regular time left in this one for the first half. Empire looking to get a goal back before the halftime break. Renegades always trying to pile on and make that a lead grow even bigger. Woods, 1-2 quickly over to Francisco Flores. Defense guarding well, wins the foul. I believe that's Acosta that goes down. And Empire have a free kick. It is beautiful, clear skies here from Central Islip, Long Island. Hardly any wind. Perfect weather for playoff football here on Game and Frame. Justin Chick with the goal free kick. Milton avoids a challenge from Martinez, and Milton making his way up the pitch over to Rosero. It goes Rosero intercepted by Salguero now. And Mario able to get around the challenges. Now Empire has some numbers here on the other end of the pitch, but Chetty too strong for the winger. Dylan Woods gets around two, can't get around the third. Now Acosta the other way. Monroy. Now JP. Chetty battling for possession. Solano clearing it for the meantime, but it lands for Banfo here, who goes down. Play on, says the referee, and he finally blows his whistle. Dangerous area of the pitch, just outside the 18-yard box. Good spot for Empire to either put in a cross or find that top left corner as the black and yellow look for an equalizer. The right-footed Martinez looks to aim for a cross here. Here comes Martinez's cross. Actually looked to take it straight on. Was not on target. Looking to shock Eric Edwards, who was not expecting that. Here's Cáceres over to Flores. Ribas. Maintaining possession for Renegades. Here's Ruiz. You can notice the defensive efforts from Empire, all men on their own half. Here comes Ribas though. Ribas across the box, safely into the hands of Justin Chick. All hands on deck defense for Empire, looking to avoid a second goal to make this challenge even harder. Fairly even first half between these two, and we have a little over 5 minutes to go of regular time. Just the one goal by Junior Rosero separating the two sides. Still anybody's game as they look to advance to the final and face the winner of Officers SC and Red Hook SC. Here comes Chetty running, sprinting down the left side of the pitch. Waiting for help here. He finds it in Tindemay, now making his way inside the box. Here it goes to Banfo. Shot from on the edge of the box, off target. But Empire looming closer to the equalizer. Here's a foul by Acosta on Dylan Woods. Costa looking for help. He finds it in JP, Justin Pierre. Now this is Sloan. Looking for Banfo up top. They didn't realize Chetty was right behind him. Now Campos looking at the run by Ruiz. JP right where he needs to be. Gives up the corner. And a little frustration on Empire. But that is a very difficult man to defend for 90 minutes at a time. And he's refreshed, having not played for at least the last 2 weeks. This corner is taken quickly over to Christian Garcia, also a handful. Jukes the cross, now puts it in. There's a header, not on target. And Gianluca has another goal kick to work with. Stalin Acosta. Mario Salguero over to Matthew Sloan. Looking for Chetty. Solano to it first. Now DeMay looking for Chetty. Might be on. Nope, there's a flag. Fraction offside. But once again, Empire smells blood in the water for the equalizer. Edwards looking for Rosero up top. Defended well by Henderson. That's an interesting 1v1 duel. I believe the reason the defender does not go up for the set pieces is because he's a man in charge of defending Rosero, who now gets the ball. Rosero over to Cariel, edge of the box, shoots! And once again, these shots not being able to be kept between the woodwork. Another dangerous opportunity for Renegades to double their lead. Over to JP it goes. Yeah, I believe that is the thinking for Ferro, is to put Henderson on Rosero, which is why he's not going up for the set pieces. Banfo battling for possession. It lands for Renegades temporarily, but the foul is called. It looks like the main official was looking to play advantage from the first challenge, and Solano is still down. Solano looks like he'll be able to get back to his feet, but goes right back down. And yes, the physio will be called onto the pitch, meaning Solano will have to exit the pitch after he receives treatment. Less than 2 minutes of regular time to go in this first half. Renegades leading by the minimum, 1-0. Solano limping a bit as he's going to make his way off the pitch. Important defender for this Renegade squad. Has been dealing with injuries this season, so something to keep an eye on. Leo Fola is the backup defender that I would see will take Solano's place if at any point he needs to exit the pitch. And by that I mean subbed off, because he is exiting the pitch now, but he'll be able to make his way back on. once cleared by the referee. We are now into extra time for the first half. We'll see how much time is added by the main official. Long ball looking for Rosero, slow to it first. Hard touch by Monroy, but he's able to recover. And now Acosta making his way forward. Solano is now back onto the pitch, and Renegades wins the ball back. Renegades continues to attack, looking for the second. And here comes Flores, I believe, down the right side. Goes to Cariel for support. That is intercepted by Empire. Martinez making his way through midfield. Clean tackle, says the referee. We play on with Cariel. Here's Ruiz. Foul called by the referee as Banfo dragged Ruiz backwards. We're nearing the end of the first 45 minutes of this match. Very tight game so far, little to separate these two sides. And we'll have a second 45 minutes at the bare minimum to see if Renegades can maintain their lead or if Empire can find a tying goal. And that's given away. Garcia over to Cariel. Cariel seeing the run by Garcia, intercepted by JP, but still alive. Oscar Rivas looking for Rosero. Chetty might be on here. Chetty's getting past the defense. Solano coming back for support. Chetty shoots, and Chetty finds the bottom corner for the equalizer. Empire draw just before the break, and it is now 1-1. Patented front flip for the forward, and it is very much warranted as the away side tie it right before the halftime break, and we have a new ball game heading into the second half. That is a fast man to try to stop. Solano did all he could, but Chetty, just too much in the end, is able to beat Edwards and tie this game up. Referee still not ready to blow his whistle. We continue playing. Now into the 3rd minute of added time. Can Renegades find another goal before the break? No, they can't. There's the whistle announcing halftime. Be sure to tune in for our Save of the Month coming your way at halftime, and make your vote count on our Instagram page at Game in Frame. We'll see you in just a few minutes for the second half kickoff.
Away from Del Pozo, St. Bill first time cross in, McGregor header! What a save by Granados on the reaction. Got it with the right glove, good direction from McGregor, better save from Granados.
Shot was there for Excelsior, and there it is again. Now did Di Stefano. He got a touch on that ball. Great reflexes there from the goalkeeper.
Away, Gotti. Shooting from long range, Bejarano at full stretch rebound. He got a tip as well. Great diving save from Bejarano. He got it with his left paw.
Larkin still with it, gets around Juan Larkin with a cross. Larkin finds a man, and a beautiful save by Edwards.
Chance here. Here's Barone with the ball into the middle, and Emmanuel with a shot and save by the goalkeeper. What a great stretch cover that goal.
But he plays it in. A dangerous one. Still live here in the box. And eventually saved there by Stefanovic. Stefanovic makes the crucial save. But here's another.
Wonderful ball. How people rise and fall. A diving effort. Papinga denies it once more.
It's sizzling with pace. Duga Dembele onto his left foot. Dembele tipped round the post by Choi. One into the other in the blink of an eye by Osners. And that might have just been cutting in to the top corner.
Bird right into the middle. Now a chance. Zuma doesn't get all of it, and sprawling there for the glove save in goal.
And now Union able to gain back possession. Barra takes a shot. Brilliant save from Goodwill. Sends it over the crossbar, and now a corner kick for Union SC.
We'll see if Surf can break through with the attack here. What a save. Excellent work from the Dust goalkeeper, O'Sullivan.
Etienne helped set up the first goal. Etienne, goal line. They got another cutback. Orozco, a great save, getting across, and a second, 3 times. This one's blocked. Great defense inside the 6-yard box by Warriors to keep it 1-0. 2 saves there by Orozco, and then a block as well from his back line.
Fun. Crosses it in. And the header comes in, and it's saved. Wow, what a miraculous save there. For the goalkeeper to get down, going the opposite direction, stick a hand out, keep that one out the back of the net.
Fight on through. Harkins was, and that will go back. And a diving effort from Grace Keane. Will parry that wide.
Rather deep, picking the ball up. One saves, peeled off of his defender. He's onside. First time shot. The keeper had to get a touch on it. What a fingertip save. Eric Warnowski.
Still on, shotgun coming, stopped, Butler misses that opportunity.
From soccer fields across the USA to the legendary stadiums of Spain and Portugal, for 40 years, Petrobax has been the go-to expert for group travel to Spain and Portugal. We organize soccer group trips from start to finish, flights, hotels, transportation, and guided tours, all perfectly coordinated by our experienced team. Your trip can include attending La Liga and Portuguese Primeira Liga games, matches against local teams, pro training sessions, and even tournaments. As true experts in Spain and Portugal, we'll ensure you also experience the rich history, vibrant culture, and incredible food these countries are famous for. Celebrating 40 years of crafting unforgettable journeys to Spain and Portugal. Petrobax, your team, your passion, your trip to Spain and Portugal starts here.
My name is Austin Brummett. I'm a men's soccer player at San Diego State University, and I play forward. The salt air case helps block odor from my cleats when I'm driving in my car or when I'm keeping my cleats inside my house, so I don't have to worry about it stinking up my room. It helps me keep track of my cleats and my shin guards, so I know that they're together, and I don't have to worry about tracking them down or losing them or stressing out about where they are. I would definitely rock this, walking to the games, walking around to my trainings. And it's super helpful for travel. When I travel in the airport to go to away games, it's not going to stink up my backpack or stink up the plane where I'm sitting. Magnetic strip on the top is super easy to open to take my cleats out and to put my cleats back in. I think it's an essential part of my outfit for soccer, and it helps keep all my stuff organized and stink-free.
A quality highlight reel is crucial for college and pro recruitment. A lot of services offer generic solutions, but at Game & Frame we know every player is unique and needs a personalised approach to win over coaches. Our process is simple. We work with any footage, and if you need help finding your best plays, we'll review games for you. Once we've finished, you'll have a reel you can upload to any recruitment platform. We've helped hundreds of players get the attention they deserve, including placements in Division 1 programs. Scan the QR code or email us for a free consultation and start the journey to maximize your recruitment potential.
And we are back here for the second half kickoff, just waiting for the referee's signal that we are set to go. Fireworks off in the distance, firework matchup here in the Northeast American North semifinals between New York Renegades and New York Empire. Game on Game in Frame. The first half ended with exciting football as Mason Chetty found the equalizer just before the break in a solo counterattack. Junior Rosero was the player who got us starting for Renegades, scoring the opener in the 9th minute of the first half. And we have a level playing field for the next 45 minutes plus. This game is even after 90. It goes to extra time, just like we had last week between this same Empire squad and New York Braveheart. Very tightly contested first half between these two, as you would expect. Chetty, the goal scorer, looking to push the efforts forward early on in the second half for Empire. No changes to either lineup to my knowledge. We'll make you aware of anything that we notice as the game progresses. Very little to separate these two sides in what we've seen so far. Across the box, Edwards, uncomfortable for the goalie, has to put a punch to it. And it lands for Dylan Woods, who is very familiar with the defensive position today, playing right wing, coming down for support. Cáceres forced to clear it away, and it lands for Trevor Henderson. Fireworks continue off in the distance. That must be coming from the Long Island Ducks home field. Free kick was awarded for New York Renegades, which Cáceres will be in charge of executing. And looking for Rosero. Defended well by Henderson. It lands for Woods. Woods loses it. Acosta does well to keep it in play, but it lands to Renegades, who now attack down the other way. Christian Garcia over to Mateus Cariel and Campos. Francisco Flores cross into the box. Slowness to it first. It lands as far as Sebastian Ruiz down the other side of the field, looking to cross it back into the box, safely into the hands of Justin Chick. Sending it in Alan Martinez's direction right away, over to the opposing goalkeeper, Eric Edwards. Here comes the captain of the Renegade squad, undefeated in the regular season, Samuel Cáceres. These two have faced in the playoffs before, with Renegades coming out on top. A feat all too familiar to Max Farrow and his side. He made it adamantly clear that he's looking to change the course of history today. He told us last week, post-match after defeating Braveheart, Chetty does well to maintain possession, and Empire has numbers down the other way. Looking across the box, not a good service there. Empire had the numbers if they made good use of it. Instead, Renegades go the other way with Milton Campos looking to thread the needle over to Rosero. Flag stays down. Rosero takes it first time. Blocked by the defense. Now Martinez, Chetty looking to stay onside. Flag stays down. Eric Edwards away from his net. Chetty could be on. Chetty and Edwards last ditch slide is able to make up for his out of position play. Renegades were hoping that the linesman was going to raise his flag. It never came up. And Chetty was seconds away from taking the lead. Empire definitely had a second burst of energy since tying this game up before the break. Now it's DeMay, Salguero looking to put a cross into the box. Renegades comes out, winning the ball. And now Rivas down the other way. Ruiz down left side, Rosero down the other. Sloan stands his ground. Perfect as you like it from the defender, telling the midfielder to get back up. Banfo now. Foul. Renegades were presented with one of their trophies that they've won in recent time before the game started today. Empire looking to put their fingerprints on silverware themselves. Dylan Woods over to Campos. And Acosta right where he needs to be to intercept that possession. Flores. Cariel, defended by Monroy. Cariel does well to hold off the midfielder. Wins the free kick. And now Campos eyeing a shot for goal. Way above the crossbar, as it happened a few times in the first half as well. Gianluca Justin Chick has defended his goal well since giving up the early goal. Chetty making a run for this one. One-on-one with Solano. Solano wins that duel this time around. Empire win it back with Mario Salguero, but give it right back. Very much going to be a back and forth duel for the rest of this match. Winner moves on to the final and faces the winner of Oscars FC and Red Hook FC. Rosero one-on-one with Henderson once again. The defender comes out on top, but not without giving away a free kick. Coach Farrell entrusting the defender with the task of guarding Junior Rosero. Flores down the right side, eyeing a cross, deflected right away. It lands for DeMay, not able to maintain possession, and now blew it away as far as possible by Alan Martinez. A loud applause for the fanatic. Should be a goalkeeper with those reflexes. And now down the other way comes Renegade. Remind you that today's Game and Frame broadcast is sponsored by Umbro. You can head to umbroteam.com to start designing your team kit for free now. Produced by Umbro, designed and worn by you. Rosero looking to thread the needle. Not on the same page that time around. Martinez header into the direction of Chetty, who goes down. That must be a yellow card. Should be the first yellow of the match, and it is for Jason Solano. who has had his hands full with the striker for Empire. Very good matchups on both sides of the field. Chetty versus Solano this way. Rosero versus Henderson the other. And this would be an ambitious effort to take straight on, but it is at an awkward angle straight down the middle of the field. Difficult for a cross. We'll see what Empire comes up with from this set piece. And they do put it into the box. Deflected right away by Renegades. Cariel playing it forward for Rosero. Now this lands for Campos. There's options up the field for the midfielder. Cariel's the man he chooses, and that gets intercepted by Salguero. Over to Chetty by himself up top. Looking to take on Solano, recently booked. Clean tackle that time around. And now we'll get our first sub of the game. It is for Renegades. And it's an interesting move. Samuel Cáceres will be giving up his armband and makes room for the first sub of the game. Captain for the remainder of this match until he's subbed off will be Matheus Cariel, and Leo Fola comes on in place of the defender. Coach Linares sensing a change was needed. I figured it would have been for Solano, who was down with an injury, had part to do with the first goal of the match for Empire, and also is now on a booking. But Coach Linares is very successful with this squad. Probably has a few tricks up his sleeve. Here is Rivas. Up the pitch it goes. Chetty putting pressure on Solano. Doing well enough, putting it in Foya's direction. And Leo does his job well with his first touch of the game. That ball was looking for Francisco Flores, but it'll dribble out of play for a goal kick headed Gianluca's way, and another sub will make way for Renegades. It looks like Francisco Flores is the player that makes way. He'll go down on the other sideline. And Angelo Puerto comes on for Flores. If I understand correctly, Dylan Woods will drop back for defense, playing the right back role, and Angelo Puerto will take his spot up top at right wing. And here is Puerto's first touches of the match. Here's Campos. Now Rosero. Rosero looking to put it through for Puerto. Acasa right where he needs to be, and wins his side a goal kick. Now it's Empire's turn to make a sub. Joseph Banfo looks to be, or maybe not. He stays on. It looks like Sebastian Monroy is the player that makes way. He'll come down this sideline. And number 2 for Empire comes in his place. That is Jose Silva. Monroy came on as a substitute in the match against Braveheart. He starts today's game and leaves in the 58th minute. Here's Angelo, not able to control that ball. Salguero dangerously given away, and a bad tackle there by the midfield. There has to be the first yellow, and it is for Empire. Salguero playing a dangerous game and gives away a dangerous foul. Gets the first yellow for the 4th seed. And Angelo has had a rude awakening since coming on just a couple minutes ago. Matthews will be in charge of bringing the service into the box for Renegades. Into the 61st minute we go. 1-1 score. Here comes the cross for Cariel. There's a header. Claims of a handball, nothing given, and it'll result in a goal kick. We have some more games headed your way on Game and Frame, starting with tomorrow. Philadelphia Lone Star faces New Jersey Alliance at 5 p.m. in the semifinal of the South Conference. Edwards away from his line, but is able to recover that one. Also tomorrow, Medford Strikers face Persepolis United at 5 p.m. in the Delaware River relegation playoffs. Alan Martinez finding Chetty, tackled by Foya. And Chetty is becoming a handful for this defense. June 24th, 2 more games headed your way. American SC New York faces New York Cosmos in a friendly at 7 p.m. Brooklyn City SC faces Sousa FC in the League for Clubs Northeast Conference at 7:30. All of those games you can find on your Game and Frame broadcast, streaming live on YouTube. The wall is getting set for Renegades. 5 men behind that one. Martinez and Sloan eyeing this free kick. Surely too far, but here comes Martinez, bouncing ball, handled well by Eric Edwards. Foya over to Dylan Woods. Campos with a good ball over to Angelo Puerto. So far, Stalin Acosta has shown up for this duel since Angelo Puerto has come onto the pitch. Stalin gives up a corner though. Here comes the corner kick by way of Puerto. Good ball into the box, looking for a header. There's a clearance. And it'll result in another corner. We'll need another ball for the retake. Threatening ball placed there by Angelo. We'll remind you that we have extra time headed your way if this game is leveled after 90 minutes, and penalties shortly after if the result remains the same. Take 2. There's a header for Renegades. Deflected again for the 3rd successive corner. Now we'll be taking the other side of the pitch by Sebastian Ruiz. It looks like Empire are preparing another sub shortly Here comes Ruiz's service into the box. There's a header by Campos, not on target. Justin Chick will have a goal kick. And that sub may be taking place now. After this goal kick, it looks like. Banfo plays it the wrong way. Puerto could be on here. Acosta right on time to get in front of that one. Gives up a corner, but could have been worse. And Renegades prepare quickly. Ref blows for a retake. And we're picking up the pace here in the second half. Here comes another corner. This one not as good as the other one. Will go out of play. And the sub will be allowed to take place now for Empire. This time it will be Joseph Banfo who exits the pitch. Campos to that one first. Lands to DeMay. Now over to Jose Silva. Silva making his way up the pitch. Foya with the clearance. Oh, what a turn by Jose there. But defender right there to meet him. Forces another throw in. Taken right away. Kept alive and into the box comes Empire. There's a man that was open, that was Chetty, but Eric Edwards right where he needs to be to stop that play. And now Renegades go the other way. Angelo Puerto pushing efforts forward, slowing it down now. Looking to take on Acosta, who's been coming out on top so far. Still Puerto, back heel flick over to Woods. Woods looking for a cross. He puts it into the box. Over to the other side of the box. Ruiz keeping it alive. Now a cross. And punches from Gianluca. Still alive, lands to Woods. Campos. Angelo. Now it's Rosero over to Campos. Not looking to force it, looking for the opening is Renegades. Woods now looking for the 1-2, gets the service back. Now across the box it goes. And a clearance. Anywhere will do for Empire. Here's Ruiz looking to get past a few defenders. Too many to handle that time. Martinez looking to lift it up the pitch. And looks like that's Giovanni Moreno that came on with the 10 for Joseph Banfo. Renegades the other way. Henderson intercepts. Woods keeping it alive. Cross into the box. Henderson wins it again. And Acosta surrounded by two. It does well, perfectly done by the left back. But still Renegades continues to press on and it remains possession for them. Rosero looking to keep it alive and wins his side a corner. Into the 70th minute now, 20 more to go of regular time. And it'll be extra time if it remains this way. Angelo with the corner. Another good ball. Gianluca forced to punch that one once again. It lands for Campos. Campos shoots. Defense clears it out the way. Now it's Cariel lifting it in Puerto's direction over DeMay, but DeMay with the clearance. And now it's Woods. Renegades looking to come up with an offensive opportunity here. Won't do it that way. Not a great cross that time around, will result in a goal kick for Justin Chick. A reminder to head over to our Instagram page at Game and Frame to place your vote for the May Save of the Month. Make your vote count by commenting on our post to let us know who you think deserves the Save of the Month. The winner will win a Salt Air Case cleat bag. So make sure to make your vote count before the voting ends tomorrow at midnight. That is tomorrow, Sunday, June 21st, when the winner will be announced. Angelo playing it back to Solano on a yellow card. Only player booked for Renegades. Salguero, the only player booked for Empire. Rosero, one-time effort. Again, that is a forward you cannot give any room for to take a shot. That time above the crossbar it goes. Oscar Rivas looks to be the player making room for the next sub taking place for the 1 seed, the home seed, undefeated New York Renegades. And number 3 comes in his place. Believe that is Eric Turcios. And all the way back to Edwards it goes. A long ball looking for Rosero up top. Rosero is able to get to it. Now one wants the goalkeeper and it's off the post. Rosero almost brought the lead back to Renegades, but the woodwork denies him. And this game can change just like that with the talent on the pitch. Rosero usually finishes those chances just a fraction off target this time around. And that is Eric Turcios, who comes on with number 3 for Renegades. Puerto goes down in midfield. We play on. Advantage played by the referee, and now Woods by himself, if he's able to keep it in play, not able to do so. And looks like a player is down for Empire. That is, I believe that is Sloan, number 28, who's back to his feet. Scored the opening goal in the quarterfinal matchup versus Braveheart last week, telling his side to settle down. Woods. That is Campos, who gets around a couple of defenders, but runs out of room. Henderson putting on a defensive masterclass up to this point. Outside of the opening goal that Rosero scored in this game, that back line has remained solid. Matheus Cariel. That cross didn't find anybody but Justin Chick. Hasn't been asked allowed out of besides those two clearances he made with a paw on those balls. This was looking for Chetty, who fouled Solano this time around. Chetty goals in back-to-back games here on the playoffs for Empire. Big-time player who rises to big-time occasions for the black and yellow. Rosero is the big-time forward for Renegades. He's had a goal streak of his own. Solano lifting it forward. And Empire are able to win it back. Allen Martinez down the midfield. Not able to connect with Chetty. Foya was right there. Cariel now looking to go the other way. Campos teasing across. Instead, he goes over to Woods. Cariel looks at the run being made. Read well by Empire's defense. That was Garcia looking to creep through the back line. Now looking to get back on side. Ruiz being defended well by Salguero on a yellow. Campos given the room. Over to Woods it goes. Cross inside. There's a sliding challenge. Renegades gets a rebound, no foul. And the possession remains for Renegades. Looking for Woods once again. Cariel, perfect service, and Acosta right where he needs to be to win it right back for the black and yellow. Martinez looking to get the counter started. And a slide challenge by Puerto wins it back for Renegades. Campos again, creeping inside. Looking for Rosero, this time intercepted. Woods is still down on the box for Renegades. Martinez goes down the other way. Sliding challenge avoided. Martinez still and couldn't get past Solano. Jose Silva now, long distance effort, slide challenge by Solano. That is why the man with the yellow card is still in this match. Woods still down, and a forced yellow card by Silva, had to give it away. Woods has not gotten back to his feet, and the ref now looking to give a yellow to the assistant coach for Renegades, who was upset because play was not stopped for the injured player. And now the physio is allowed to get into the pitch and give Woods attention. Dylan never got back to his feet, and it's not clear what the injury is. But this would be a big time playoff loss if Woods isn't able to recover. The sides will take this opportunity to huddle up and plan accordingly for the remainder of this match. 10 more minutes of regular time exactly. And if we don't have a winner in those 10 minutes, extra time it is. Woods is slowly getting back to his feet. But this looks like a serious injury for the winger. He'll be granted all the time he needs. Renegades are never short of options on the bench. While when you can have Renaud Ramses, who had that impeccable season just a couple seasons ago, always a goal-scoring threat and is an option. It's good to see Woods is able to walk himself potentially off the pitch. I'm not sure if he's pointing to his chest, if he ran out of air or landed awkwardly after that challenge. But it's a positive sight that he's able to walk on his own feet. Now it picks up to a jog. And he looks like he'll be okay to resume once this whistle is blown by the referee and he's given the clearance to enter the pitch. That was about 2 minutes lost there due to the injury. That pass is deflected. Silva, second book player for Empire, gives it away. Woods has now made his way onto the pitch. Campos eyeing the run. Campos continues forward though, shoots, and is blocked by Henderson. And now it's Martinez over to Silva. Silva looking at the run being made by DeMay. DeMay looking to drop it down for himself, but too strong of a touch. That lands to Puerto, looking at Rosero. Rosero, that lands to him, drops it down. Acosta with the help. Blocks the shot by the forward. One of the rare times Henderson has been beat to the ball. This time looking to put a ball forward for Chetty, able to get there. The injured Dylan Woods is on him. Now Chetty looking to take him one-on-one. And he loses his footing there. Campos didn't see the incoming challenge by DeMay, who wins it back for Empire. Martinez back to DeMay. DeMay with the shot. And it is terribly mishit by the winger. Usually has an eye for goal. That time did not hit it the way he would like. And Martinez still down after that challenge. Renegades looking for an offensive chance here. 5 more minutes of the 90 to go, plus whatever is added. By my calculations, it will have to be at least 2 more minutes. Solano back to Edwards. Campos always looking up, looking who to find. Turcio was the player he went with, but he loses the ball. Back to Sloan. Over to a wide open Stalin Acosta, who's had himself a great defensive performance today. Demey back to Acosta, gets past the defender. Loses his footing. And Acosta's there to recover for Empire. Now it's Martinez. No foul, says the referee. And it's Cariel down the other way. Ruiz not able to keep it in play. And we'll have an eventful last few minutes of regular time. A sub is taking place now for Empire. And a yellow card is shown to Sloan. Likely for dissent. Make that the third booking for Empire. All three players on the pitch. Something to keep an eye on. Wilbur Gomez enters for Tim DeMay to close out this game. Looks like Silva will now play the left wing position. Wilbur in midfield to give a hand to Alan Martinez and Mario Salguero. This lands to Cariel. Already looking who to pass it to. He finds Ruiz down the left wing. Wilbur with fresh legs looks to defend him. Back to Cariel it goes. Cariel looking to get around Wilbur. One back by Empire. And there's a foul. I believe that is Garcia. And it's a yellow card to Garcia. Make that the second yellow for Renegades. Two yellows on defense for Renegades. Garcia joins Jason Solano. That left side is now in danger of a second yellow. And 2 more minutes to go before added time. Both these sides familiar with this home turf. Empire, the away side, has a crowd in their favor for now as they look to attack. Chetty. Over to Alan Martinez, a goal, shoots, and Edwards, comfortable save, rockets it right away over the other way. Now Rances came onto the pitch, unbeknownst to me. And now Empire go the other way and win a corner kick. Henderson is down. I was about to say maybe it's time for the defender to go up for one of these corners, but he goes down. Looks like he might have gotten a hand to the face. Not sure if he's bleeding, but he immediately signaled to the fourth official that he needs attention. And we are on the verge of added time here. It's looking increasingly likely that we'll have extra football headed your way on Game and Frame. The referee goes back to his place. This corner will take place with Dow Henderson on the pitch. And here comes a corner. There's a header. It lands to Acosta, who's not able to put a foot on it, and it'll be a goal kick for Edwards. 90 minutes are officially up. We are into added time. Can one of these two sides find a game winner late in this match? Empire found the equalizer as time expired in the first half. Will they be able to repeat the feat? Or is Renegades going to return the favor? Otherwise, we have 30 more minutes of football headed your way. Here comes Renegades. Cross into the box, looking for Turcios. Not able to find him. And I believe Henderson is still in this match, but he has not been allowed back in. Now he does, and we have 11v11. Henderson did such a good job on Rosero since Rosero opened up the score in the first half. Very little from Renegades since that point. In terms of clear goal scoring opportunities, Renau wins it back for Renegades and lands for Turcios. Campos switching the field over to Sebastian Ruiz. Ruiz sees a run by Garcia and wins a corner. Into the second minute of added time now. What can Renegades do here? Here comes a corner. Defense to it first. Henderson sees a run being made by Chetty. He finds Chetty down the wing. Chetty now is on a 1v2. Henderson coming for support. Chetty holding possession, looking at the run the other way. Not able to find Moreno. I think Chetty had more time to come up with a better strategy that time around. Referee eyeing his whistle and his watch. We are now on his time. Third minute now has passed of added time. And Chetty wins it back for Empire. Across. Took a deflection. And Empire will have a corner the other way. Will Henderson finally go up? Does not look like it. Coach Farrow clearly emphasizing counterattack defense. Sloan does go up though. Again, the defender scored the opener last week. Can he find the game winner this time? Here comes the corner. Looking for Sloan. Sloan gets a head on it. And Edwards gets to the second effort. Down the other way, Milton Campos sprinting up the pitch. Right now, further up the field. Campos cuts inside, looking at the run of Renau. Not a good ball. And there's the whistle. No winner decided after 90. That means we have extra football headed your way on Game and Frame to settle the winner of the semifinal in the Northeast American North Conference. Stick around, we'll bring the kickoff to you in just a couple of minutes.
From soccer fields across the USA to the legendary stadiums of Spain and Portugal, for 40 years, Petrobax has been the go-to expert for group travel to Spain and Portugal. We organize soccer group trips from start to finish, flights, hotels, transportation, and guided tours, all perfectly coordinated by our experienced team. Your trip can include attending La Liga and Portuguese Primeira Liga games, matches against local teams, pro training sessions, and even tournaments. As true experts in Spain and Portugal, we'll ensure you also experience the rich history, vibrant culture, and incredible food these countries are famous for. Celebrating 40 years of crafting unforgettable journeys to Spain and Portugal. Petrobras, your team, your passion, your trip to Spain and Portugal starts here.
My name is Austin Brummett. I'm a men's soccer player at San Diego State University and I play forward. The salt air case helps block odor from my cleats when I'm driving in my car or when I'm keeping my cleats inside my house, so I don't have to worry about it stinking up my room. It helps me keep track of my cleats and my shin guards so I know that they're together and I don't have to worry about tracking them down or losing them or stressing out about where they are. I would definitely rock this, walking to the games, walking around to my trainings. And it's super helpful for travel. When I travel in the airport to go to away games, it's not going to stink up my backpack or stink up the plane where I'm sitting. Magnetic strip on the top is super easy to open to take my cleats out and to put my cleats back in. I think it's an essential part of my outfit for soccer, and it helps keep all my stuff organized and stink-free.
A quality highlight reel is crucial for college and pro recruitment. A lot of services offer generic solutions, but at Game & Frame we know every player is unique and needs a personalised approach to win over coaches. Our process is simple. We work with any footage, and if you need help finding your best plays, we'll review games for you. Once we've finished, you'll have a reel you can upload to any recruitment platform. We've helped hundreds of players get the attention they deserve, including placements in Division 1 programs. Scan the QR code or email us for a free consultation and start the journey to maximize your recruitment potential.
And we are almost ready to get extra time rolling here from Central Ice of Sousa Sports Complex. 10:42 p.m. East Coast here in New York. And now we will wait the whistle to bring us 30 more minutes of playoff action on Game and Frame. There is the whistle. Game on in Game and Frame. Extra time action here between first place undefeated New York Renegades and fourth place New York Empire. It's been an intense battle, no goals in the second half for either side, but we've had some good chances both ways. And as to my knowledge, we remain with the same men that ended regular time. If I notice a difference, I'll be sure to let you know, and I actually notice it as soon as I say that. Malcolm Sweat is on the pitch now for Matthew Sloan. So defensive change for Empire. Campos over to Sebastian Ruiz. Looking to take on JP. Ruiz looking for an opening. He finds Cariel. And Cariel wasn't able to find his teammate Henderson with the clearance. Campos megs Chetty to avoid the challenge. And it's been a defensive performance for Empire since giving up the early goal and tying things before the halftime break in the first half. Renegades on the offensive now, looking to thread across, win a corner instead. And here comes the first set piece of added time. Couple of defenders stay back for Renegades. Garcia and Cariel to avoid the counterattack from Chetty, the alone man up top. Here is the corner. There is a header, and it's off target. Justin Chick will have a goal kick to get things started back up for Empire. And they did it once already in the playoffs. That was last weekend against Braveheart. That was a higher scoring affair, 3-3 after extra time. They were sent to penalties, converted all 5. Gianluca Justin Chick picked up right before the game took place. Came up with a crucial save, the first save that Braveheart took, and it cemented the victory for Empire that now has them with a chance of going into the final if they come out victorious today. Empire looking to get through. Run being made now by Moreno down the right side. Strong ball sent over. Puerto with defensive duties. And now Pierre puts the ball back in play over to Henderson. That took a deflection off JP with the captain's armband now. And Garcia over to Cariel. Cariel lifting it up for Renaud Rances, who could be through on goal. Renaud one-on-one the goalie, and what a save! Justin Chick comes out on top. And the clinical forward not able to beat Gianluca. Over the other way to Chetty, battling for possession and wins his side, a corner down the other side of the pitch. Cannot overstate that save for Gianluca. back-to-back games where the goalkeeper has clutched up for the team he is newly signed to. And he's won the crowd over. He did it last week. He's doing it again this week. Alan Martinez looking to put in a cross and take the lead from this corner. Here is a cross, and it gets past everybody. Empire able to keep it in play, but Renegades winning it back. Ruiz with a perfect cross to change sides. Cariel still has an engine on him, and a perfectly signed challenge by Henderson. This is Moreno. Martinez jockeying for position. Commits the foul on Jason. Things getting chippy here between Campos and Martinez. Midfield duel between those two. Referee talking to the sides, trying to avoid things from getting escalated any further. And a yellow card is brandished to the two midfielders, adding to the total. A few players on both sides with yellow cards. And we resume. Angelo Puerto. Here comes a cross looking for Renau. Renau, if he put a better touch on that time, that first time effort, he might have been through on goal. Instead, here comes Christian Garcia now over to Ruiz, putting in a cross. And Sweat is to it first. Solano over to Foya. Ruiz will keep the ball in possession, across the box. Sweat once again with the intervention. Commits the corner, but no more than that. And Ruiz will be in charge of this one. Won't be taken quick this time around. Renegades coming up with the formation. Garcia showing support, but this will go into the box. Oh, and that's not a good corner by Ruiz. Can't get past the first man. Kept alive. Now over to Cariel. Ruiz will have another chance at a cross. Three-toe into the box. Deflected away. Cariel shoots. And it's blocked by the defense. Still alive in the box. Empire able to play it out of their half. But Renegades keep it right there where it came from. Cariel looking at the run being made by Solano. Solano is onside. Over to Garcia. Christian fakes across. And he dribbles himself into a corner. Over to Ruiz. Ruiz between a cross and a shot. Regardless, it forced a save by Gianluca. Another corner headed for Renegades. And it looks like Javon Wa has entered the pitch for Renegades. Defensive support, also corner kick support. Here comes another corner from the opposing flag. There's a header and there's a goal! Renegades take the lead once again. Milton Campos makes it 2 for the 1 seed. And with 5 more minutes of the first extra time break, the Renegades is up once again. And that corner was executed to perfection. Campos right where he needed to be to defeat Gianluca for the first time in a long time in this match. Renegades are up once again. Empire responded once. They responded last week as well. Can they do it again against a fierce opponent? And there is a divided fan base here from Susa. The Renegade side having the most to cheer about at the moment. Here's Sweat, long ball looking for Giovanni Moreno. Garcia wins it. Ruiz back to Garcia. Chetty pressing the defender. Garcia gets away from that challenge, finds the goal scorer Campos. And now Cariel. Well-timed challenge by Henderson. JP took a challenge by the incoming Puerto. No foul signal by the referee. And no signal yet, but the ref will give attention to JP, who makes his way back to his feet. And we have 3 more minutes of the first half time, extra time, I should say. The first extra time half. And Gianluca recovers for Empire. Here's Stalin. Now Wilbur Gomez. Sweat advancing forward. Chiqui Gomez avoids one challenge, goes the other way. Surrounded by black jerseys, kicks it back out, looking for a cross. Cleans up a handball, no call by the referee. Instead, Renegades 2-on-2 opportunity here. Renault has Cariel down the other side if he finds him. And that pass was just a bit too late. Cariel not giving up on the possession. And Henderson over to Pierre. Solano gives up the throw-in. 1 more minute of the original 15 for this half. Martinez is fouled. Over to JP. Here comes Allen. Looking for Moreno down the wing. Moreno has the fresher legs in this match, but he's not able to keep it in play. The first 15 minutes are just about up. We have another 15 to go after this one. Mario not able to find JP. There's the whistle that brings us to our first break of extra time. We have another 15 minutes to go for Empire to find an equalizer. Renegades to cement a victory. And we'll bring that to you in just a couple of minutes here on Game and Frame.
From soccer fields across the USA to the legendary stadiums of Spain and Portugal, for 40 years, Petrobax has been the go-to expert for group travel to Spain and Portugal. We organize soccer group trips from start to finish, flights, hotels, transportation, and guided tours, all perfectly coordinated by our experienced team. Your trip can include attending La Liga and Portuguese Primeira Liga games, matches against local teams, pro training sessions, and even tournaments. As true experts in Spain and Portugal, we'll ensure you also experience the rich history, vibrant culture, and incredible food these countries are famous for. Celebrating 40 years of crafting unforgettable journeys to Spain and Portugal. Petrobax, your team, your passion, your trip to Spain and Portugal starts here.
My name is Austin Brummett. I'm a men's soccer player at San Diego State University and I play forward. The salt air case helps block odor from my cleats when I'm driving in my car or when I'm keeping my cleats inside my house, so I don't have to worry about it stinking up my room. It helps me keep track of my cleats and my shin guards so I know that they're together and I don't have to worry about tracking them down or losing them or stressing out about where they are. I would definitely rock this, walking to the games, walking around to my trainings. And it's super helpful for travel. When I travel in the airport to go to away games, it's not going to stink up my backpack or stink up the plane where I'm sitting. Magnetic strip on the top is super easy to open to take my cleats out and to put my cleats back in. I think it's an essential part of my outfit for soccer and it helps keep all my stuff organized and stink-free.
A quality highlight reel is crucial for college and pro recruitment. A lot of services offer generic solutions, but at Game and Frame we know every player is unique and needs a personalised approach to win over coaches. Our process is simple. We work with any footage, and if you need help finding your best plays, we'll review games for you. Once we've finished, you'll have a reel you can upload to any recruitment platform. We've helped hundreds of players get the attention they deserve, including placements in Division 1 programs. Scan the QR code or email us for a free consultation and start the journey to maximize your recruitment potential.
And the crowd is pumping up these Empire side, hoping for a comeback. Now Renegades fan base looking to respond. 15 more minutes to decide a winner. This is not uncharted territory for Empire. They were leading most of the match. Well, when they were up, I should say they had a lead longer than Braveheart in their last game. And in extra time, they conceded first. And a long distance effort. What a save! Oh my goodness! Eric Edwards saved the best for last. Is able to keep his goal clean with one of the saves of the season. What a strike! And an even better save by the goalkeeper, Edwards. And you'll be seeing that in the highlight clips. Here comes the corner. Acrobatic clearance, still within the 18-yard box for Empire. Silva. Over to Martinez. Looking for the cross. And defense, 2 at first for Renegades. Empire looking to keep it alive. David Sanchez has come onto the pitch for the black and yellow. And Cariel is going the other way. What a way to start this second half of extra time. And the tempo has slowed down as this throw-in will be taken by Renegades. Empire, we're so close to tying things up. But Edwards, if things remain the same, we'll have a lot in part to do with this victory. And now Martinez, he had that shot on target, looking for Chetty up the field. Chetty still has legs. Slide challenge by Foya. Please, says the referee as he signals for the corner. And now Martinez will take this corner once again. The crowd certainly knows what's at stake here. Allen with the corner. Scott Sweat to it first, and last to Sanchez. That took a deflection. And it remains possession for Empire. Here comes the throw in for JP. Into the box it went. Ruiz comes out on top. He has Renau for support if he finds him. Ruiz, what an impressive feat to have legs that fast still at this stage of the game. He didn't have enough to maintain possession though. And it remains in play. Empire win the ball back. And Gomez able to avoid the incoming challenge. A wide open Pierre. Sees the run being made by Moreno. Milton Campos on the ball, currently has the game winner, courtesy of that corner kick header. Looking at Renau. Sweat recovering in time. Risky ball there by Gianluca, but he's able to find Sweat. And here comes Gomez. Ten more minutes left of this extra time half here. If it remains the same, Renegades will be going to yet another final. Jose looking to thread the needle, intercepted though by the Renegades defense. And Alan Martinez is able to win it back for Empire. But he gives it away, not on the same page with his teammate there. Renegades will take their time to defend this lead and put this ball back into play. A chop clearance there. Sanchez dribbling down the middle of the pitch. Looks like Salguero was the player sacrificed for the entrance. And here comes Wilbur Gomez. Wilbur with the shot. Deflection takes it Silva's way. Silva keeping it alive. It looks like Stephen Hollis is a player on this side and was caught between a cross and a shot. Wasn't able to decide well there, and it'll remain Renegades possession. Hollis and JP on the pitch. Malcolm Sweat and Henderson complete the back four. Edwards lifting it up in Ronces's direction, but Sweat is the man to it. And he's to it the second time as well. Gomez. Here's Sanchez. Chicky Gomez over to Hollis. Now it's Silva. What is Empire coming up with here? They're dribbling themselves into a corner, and the defense is able to shield that ball and win themselves a goal kick. Another sub to take place now. It will be for Renegades. The sub does take place. And Milton Campos, if I'm not mistaken, is a player who makes way. Nico Reynoso, the former Empire player, now on the pitch for Renegades. And Renegades win it now. Angelo Puerto has Renau for support. Goes the other way. And here is Nico getting his first touches on the game. Avoiding the challenge from Hollis. Now looking for the through ball, looking for Turcios. Not able to find him. Hollis looking for Silva. Silva defended by Wah. Gomez with tons of space to work with. Empire pushing down the right side, keeping the ball alive. Now looking for a shot. Saved by Edwards. Rebound second time around, Edwards. It lands to Allen. Long distance effort. And it's just above the crossbar. Another shot that could have easily found the back of the net. And Allen is currently the most dangerous man on the pitch. The Swiss Army knife for this Empire squad is giving them life, but time is not on their side. Five more minutes to go of the 120 that we have to play in this game. Sweat lifting it up for Chetty, who won't be able to get there. Clear signs of time wasting here from Edwards. Referee has his hands in his pocket, but takes him out. Still no yellow, still no whistle. And Edwards, it's a goal kick. Sweat. Henderson, over to Gomez. Gomez fouled. 4 more minutes left now. And they play over to Martinez, who has the space. Martinez into the box. Wise there. And now Renal Rances, 2-1-2 opportunity here. Not able to find the ball that was needed. Empire attack. Here's a cross. Hollis. Looks like he avoided the goal kick. And now we'll have a sub to take place for Renegades. Looking to put the finishing touches on another victory over Empire in the playoffs. The captain's armband is off of Matheus Cariel as he makes way and is placed into the arms of Jason Solano. More time continues to tick off the clock. Time that should be added at the end of the 120 minutes. Sanchez. Hollis. Over to Martinez. Martinez not able to find the back pass that was warranted there. Number 17, Delwin Hernandez is the forward who enters the pitch. Another option for penalties if it comes to that. For now, we have 2 more minutes left of the original 15. Edwards with the goal kick. Ruiz still with legs. Looking to put it across the box for the recently subbed on Hernandez. Here's Silva. Over to Sweat. The pressure on by Delwin. Wow. Off the back of Hollis. In play still. This is Ruiz. And Ruiz will go all the way back to the goalkeeper. Edwards will send it right back, but it's not a good clearance by the goalie. Here comes Martinez down the left side, into the box, shoots, it is above the crossbar. Martinez with a few chances here in extra time that he has not been able to beat Edwards with. And an exhausted midfielder giving it all that he can on the pitch. But it might not be enough. Renegades are edging closer and closer to another final appearance. And that goes straight out of play. The 120 minutes are done. Now we are in added time. We await the signal from the referee. For now, Renal Rances goes down the other way. He has support on his left. He finds it. That is Ruiz. Puts it across the box. Intercepted by Empire. And not able to avoid the corner. Renegades will take their time with this one. And almost all the defenders, all of them really, stay back to avoid a counterattack opportunity. This gets taken quickly. Lofted off. Into the box they go, looking for the third. Empire still with hope, but not with a lot of time left on the clock. Sanchez down the other way. Chetty still. And a foul is called. A yellow is shown. And we resume right away. An unhappy bench for Empire, but we continue down this other side of the pitch. Wow, with the clearance. Henderson, over to Allen. Allen, not on the same page. Renaud is down the other way. Has the shoulder of his defender. Renaud one-on-one with the defender. And Pierre comes out on top. Henderson. We're into the second minute, I should say, of added time. Wilbur, not with the right decision there. And Renegades go again the other way with Delwin Hernandez. Delwin still, they have numbers. They could put the nail in the coffin. Not needed because there is a final whistle. And Renegades are into another final. The one seed advances, keep their undefeated season alive, and now await the winner between Oscars and Red Hook for the chance to go into the national championship, the national playoffs once again. Stay tuned because we have post-match interview with the winning side headed your way next.
From soccer fields across the USA to the legendary stadiums of Spain and Portugal, for 40 years, Petrobax has been the go-to expert for group travel to Spain and Portugal. We organize soccer group trips from start to finish, flights, hotels, transportation, and guided tours, all perfectly coordinated by our experienced team. Your trip can include attending La Liga and Portuguese Primeira Liga games, matches against local teams, pro training sessions, and even tournaments. As true experts in Spain and Portugal, we'll ensure you also experience the rich history, vibrant culture, and incredible food these countries are famous for. Celebrating 40 years of crafting unforgettable journeys to Spain and Portugal. Petrobax, your team, your passion, your trip to Spain and Portugal starts here.
My name is Austin Brummett. I'm a men's soccer player at San Diego State University and I play forward. The salt air case helps block odor from my cleats when I'm driving in my car or when I'm keeping my cleats inside my house so I don't have to worry about it stinking up my room. It helps me keep track of my cleats and my shin guards so I know that they're together and I don't have to worry about tracking them down or losing them or stressing out about where they are. I would definitely rock this, walking to the games, walking around to my trainings. And it's super helpful for travel. When I travel in the airport to go to away games, it's not going to stink up my backpack or stink up the plane where I'm sitting. Magnetic strip on the top is super easy to open to take my cleats out and to put my cleats back in. I think it's an essential part of my outfit for soccer and helps keep all my stuff organized and stink-free.
A quality highlight reel is crucial for college and pro recruitment. A lot of services offer generic solutions, but at Game & Frame we know every player is unique and needs a personalised approach to win over coaches. Our process is simple. We work with any footage, and if you need help finding your best plays, we'll review games for you. Once we've finished, you'll have a reel you can upload to any recruitment platform. We've helped hundreds of players get the attention they deserve, including placements in Division 1 programs. Scan the QR code or email us for a free consultation and start the journey to maximize your recruitment potential.
Francis Argueta here for Game and Frame with the winners of this semifinal playoff game between New York Renegades and New York Empire. Renegades take all 3 points, I would say, but they go into another final. They face Red Hook, who dismantled Ossner by a score of 5-1. We'll get to that shortly, but we have to start with the game-saving play of the game by this man right here, Eric Edwards. One of the best saves of the season. You say the best for last. What was working for you there, and how did your team come out on top today?
Well, from with this club, I know that fighting is not our weak. Oh my God! Yeah, it's not our weak point. So I know we're gonna come back. So from that, I just keep focused and just know that if anything, I would have to stand up for the team.
And yeah, you have another great backup goalkeeper with JC Perez, but you were called today to start for your team. What was working for you guys back then? You only allowed the 1 goal in today's matchup.
Well, every player is a top player here. It's just who the coach choose on the day and who we believe in. So it doesn't matter who go, we just go and put in our best shift.
Okay, and Coach Boris Linares, yet another final for your squad, and Empire never make it easy on you guys. No, how did you guys come out on top today?
A lot of luck too. You know, we didn't put away our chances, and when you don't against a good team, those things happen. So, you know, hats off to them. I don't have a hat on not today, but you know, they know what I mean. Mad respect. You know, they had great tempo. They were well positioned on defending, making it hard, and then when we had the chances, we did not capitalize on them. We left too many out there, and you can't against a good team. You can't in the playoffs. You gotta put them away. So I mean, that's something that we're going to work on. Hopefully, it happens. You know, sometimes they just don't want to go in. I mean, the one that Junior hit against the post, we had that. You know, they don't come a lot against a team that was well versed on what they were doing. You know, defending us. So we have to do better at that and just put them away. But again, sometimes that happens. So I can't blame the team. The chances were there, and you know, unfortunately, you know, football is like that. So you're gonna get chances and they don't go in, and you know, hopefully, you know, we came out on top. But you know, it's just a lot of gutsy performance, and we had to do one of those gutsy ones today, win in overtime.
And Red Hook is your next opponent. Are you already eyeing your next opponent? Are you telling your team that message that this is who you're facing next, or are you guys more celebrating this moment and crossing that bridge when you get there?
No, we're you know what? We're not about celebrating moments right now. We're about focus and going at it. I know that we're the champions, but we're defending the title. So the difference is, like, we know it's ours. You would have to come and take it. So if they beat us, it's, you know, hats off to them, and you know, they can earn it and win it, but they're gonna have to beat us. They're not an easy task done to beat us. So, you know, the pressure's on them. I don't see it as pressure on us anymore. It's just about us just not play our game, and hopefully the result will be on our favor.
There you have it, folks. Renegades also defending their undefeated UPSL season that now extends to an 11th game. And they look to make it 12 against Red Hook in the final. For Game and Frame, my name is Francis Argueta. Until next time.